Hello friends, and welcome to my Old Coin History Our Coin channel. Here, we explore the fascinating world of coins from around the globe, from rare old coins to modern treasures. If you love history, culture, and collecting, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with our journey into the history of money. The 1996 1-cent coin of the United States of America, commonly known as the Lincoln cent, is one of the most widely recognized and circulated coins in modern American history, representing over a century of tradition, symbolism, and national heritage. The coin, minted primarily in Philadelphia, No mint mark, Denver, D mint mark, and in San Francisco, S mint mark, as a proof issue, is made in honor of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who led the nation through its greatest moral, constitutional, and political crisis, the American Civil War, and worked tirelessly to abolish slavery and preserve the Union. The 1996 Lincoln cent continues the long-running design that was first introduced in 1909, on the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. On the obverse front side of the 1996 penny, the portrait of Abraham Lincoln faces right, sculpted by Victor David Brenner, a Lithuanian-American artist whose initials, VDB, can be found on earlier coins and on the base of Lincoln's shoulder in later reissues. Lincoln's face is engraved with lifelike detail, showing his deep expression of wisdom, humanity, and moral strength. Above his head appears the inscription, "In God We Trust," a national motto that reflects America's faith and enduring belief in divine guidance. To the left of Lincoln's profile is the word, liberty, representing the founding principle of the United States, and to the right is the year, 1996, denoting the coin's minting date. Beneath the date may appear the mint mark, D, for Denver, S, for San Francisco, or none for Philadelphia. Each mint mark signifies the location where the coin was produced, with the Philadelphia Mint being the oldest and largest minting facility in America, the Denver Mint serving the western states, and the San Francisco Mint specializing in proof and collector quality issues. The reverse back of the 1996 penny still features the Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, replacing the earlier, wheat ears, design used from 1909 to 1958. The memorial design was created by Frank Gasparo, then the assistant engraver of the U.S. Mint. The image of the Lincoln Memorial is intricately detailed. If you look closely at the center of the memorial, you can even see a tiny representation of the statue of Abraham Lincoln sitting within the monument, symbolizing the unity between Lincoln's physical memorial and his enduring spirit on the nation's coinage. Above the memorial is inscribed, "United States of America," emphasizing the national identity and unity of the Federation, and directly below it is the phrase, "E pluribus unum," meaning, out of many, one, referring to the idea that the United States is a single nation formed from many different states and peoples. Below the memorial appears the denomination, 1 cent, clearly indicating the coin's face value. In terms of composition, the 1996 Lincoln cent is made primarily of zinc 97.5%, with a thin outer layer of copper, 2.5%, a structure that began in 1982 when the U.S. Mint transitioned from the older bronze composition, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, to a more cost-effective copper-plated zinc core. This change was made due to the rising price of copper, which had made the production of copper coins more expensive than their actual face value. Thus, the 1996 penny weighs 2.5 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain, smooth edge with no reading. The bright red luster of freshly minted coins tends to dull over time to a darker brownish tone due to oxidation, a natural process that collectors refer to when grading coins as red, red-brown, or brown. The mintage numbers for the 1996 Lincoln cent were extremely high, reflecting the coin's role as the everyday currency of the nation. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 6.6 billion coins, while the Denver Mint struck around 6.5 billion, making a total of more than 13 billion 1-cent coins minted that year, a remarkable figure showing how widely the penny circulated across every state and territory. The San Francisco Mint produced about 2 million proof coins, which were specially struck with polished dies and planchettes to create mirror-like surfaces, intended for collectors rather than for circulation. In terms of value, most 1996 Lincoln cents found in circulation are worth only their face value of 1 cent, due to their massive production numbers. However, coins in uncirculated mint state condition, particularly those graded Mississippi 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can have collector value ranging from a few dollars to several $100s depending on their color and strike quality. Proof coins with deep cameo contrast from San Francisco are also prized by collectors. Errors or varieties, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks, can increase a coin's value substantially depending on rarity and visual appeal. From a historical and cultural perspective, the 1996 penny represents more than just currency. It stands as a symbol of America's respect for leadership, liberty, and perseverance. Abraham Lincoln's image on the coin serves as a daily reminder of his monumental achievements: the preservation of the Union, the abolition of slavery through the Emancipation Proclamation, and the belief that freedom and equality are fundamental to human dignity. Even though the cent's purchasing power has greatly diminished since its introduction in the early 1900s, its emotional and historical significance remains immense. Millions of Americans still collect, trade, and treasure Lincoln cents, with some even considering them tokens of good luck or symbols of national pride. The 1996 Lincoln cent, in essence, bridges over a century of design tradition, reflecting not only the artistry of its engravers but also the evolving story of the United States itself. It has passed through countless hands, witnessed economic change, and endured as a tangible connection between past and present generations. From the factories of the U.S. Mint to the pockets of schoolchildren, the Lincoln penny continues to serve as one of the most enduring emblems of American coinage, small in size, but vast in meaning, history, and legacy. Next coin. The 1 cent United States of America 1999, commonly known as the 1999 Lincoln cent, stands as one of the final issues of the 20th century, representing the enduring legacy of the Lincoln cent series that began in 1909 to honor the beloved 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, whose leadership, courage, and moral vision forever changed the course of American history. The year 1999 marked not only the end of a century but also the conclusion of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design era, which had been introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This coin, though small in denomination, carries immense symbolic and historical weight, reflecting America's faith, unity, and heritage as it approached the dawn of a new millennium. On the obverse front side of the 1999 1-cent coin, there appears the enduring right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, first appeared on the 1909 issue and are discreetly placed on the lower edge of Lincoln's shoulder in modern issues. Lincoln's portrait, noble and deeply human, captures his contemplative expression, his furrowed brow, and the moral gravity of his life's mission, to preserve the Union and ensure the equality of all Americans. Around the portrait are inscriptions that have become iconic on U.S. coinage. The national motto, "In God We Trust," arcs above his head, representing the country's enduring faith and spiritual foundation. To the left of Lincoln's bust is the word, "Liberty," symbolizing the freedom for which he fought and which defines the nation's character, and to the right appears the year, 1999, denoting the year of minting. Beneath the year lies the mint mark, D, for the Denver Mint, S, for San Francisco. Proof issues are no mark for the Philadelphia Mint, each signifying the minting facility where the coin was struck. The reverse back of the 1999 Lincoln cent features the Lincoln Memorial design, created by Frank Gasparo, who served as the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. This design was first introduced in 1959, replacing the earlier, wheat ears, design, to commemorate 150 years since Lincoln's birth and to symbolize his enduring presence in American democracy. The Lincoln Memorial depicted on the reverse is so finely detailed that, with magnification, one can observe a tiny image of the seated statue of Lincoln visible between the columns, a remarkable artistic feature that connects the coin's obverse and reverse thematically. Above the memorial arch are the words, United States of America, representing national unity and pride. Just below this inscription is, E pluribus unum, the traditional Latin motto meaning, out of many, one, signifying the unity of the diverse American people, and at the base of the design is the denomination, 1 cent, identifying the coin's value. The composition of the 1999 Lincoln cent follows the modern standard adopted since mid-1982, a core of 97.5% zinc covered by a 2.5% copper plating. This structure replaced the original bronze alloy, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc used for most of the coin's earlier history, a change made due to rising copper prices that made the old cents too expensive to produce. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a smooth, plain edge. The bright copper finish when newly minted gradually fades to darker shades of red-brown or brown over time as the surface oxidizes, and collectors classify coins by color red, red-brown, or brown when determining grade and value. In 1999, the U.S. Mint produced the penny at 3 main locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, for proof issues. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 5.2 billion coins, while the Denver Mint produced around 6.3 billion, for a combined circulation mintage of over 11.5 billion Lincoln cents. Meanwhile, the San Francisco Mint created about 3 million proof coins, meticulously struck using polished dies and specially prepared planchettes to achieve deep mirror-like finishes. The massive mintage demonstrates the continued reliance on the 1 cent coin for everyday transactions, even though its purchasing power had diminished significantly by the late 1990s due to inflation. The design and symbolism of the Lincoln cent remain profoundly significant. Abraham Lincoln was the first historical figure ever to appear on a U.S. coin intended for general circulation, breaking the earlier tradition of using only allegorical female figures like Liberty. His presence on the penny symbolizes not only his leadership during the Civil War and his signing of the Emancipation Proclamation but also his humble origins, a self-made man who rose from a log cabin to the presidency. The coin thus embodies the democratic ideal that greatness can emerge from the humblest beginnings. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse reinforces this message, depicting the marble monument in Washington, D.C., where generations of Americans have gathered to honor his legacy, from civil rights marches to national commemorations. The 1999 Lincoln cent also holds special significance for collectors and historians because it represents the final full-year mintage of the 20th century before the turn of the millennium. It is part of the closing chapter of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which would later be replaced in 2009 by a new set of reverse designs celebrating the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth and the centennial of the Lincoln cent itself. In this sense, the 1999 issue stands as both a continuation of tradition and a quiet farewell to an era of American coinage history. In terms of numismatic value, most 1999 cents in circulated condition remain worth only 1 cent due to their high mintage. However, uncirculated examples in mint state MS grades, especially those with full red luster and free from contact marks, can command premiums among collectors. Coins graded Mississippi 67 RD or higher by leading grading agencies such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, are scarce and may fetch values ranging from $25 to over $100 depending on color and strike quality. The proof versions from San Francisco, bearing the S mint mark, are sought after by collectors for their mirror-like finish and sharp details, with values depending on condition and cameo contrast. Additionally, there exist error varieties from the 1999 issue that have drawn interest from the numismatic community. Among the most notable is the 1999 White AM variety, in which the spacing between the A and M in America on the reverse is wider than usual, a design style normally reserved for proof coins but mistakenly used on a small number of circulation strikes. The wide AM error from the Philadelphia Mint is rare and can command significant premiums, often ranging from $200 to over $1,000 in high grades. The close AM version is standard for $19.99, but these types of die varieties make the coin particularly interesting to advanced collectors and error specialists. Other known errors include off-center strikes, die cracks, die clashes, and double die obverses or reverses, which can all add uniqueness and value. From a historical perspective, the 1999 Lincoln cent serves as a reflection of American endurance and identity as the nation stood at the threshold of the 21st century. Even as technology advanced and society modernized, the humble penny, with Lincoln's solemn face, continued to circulate, linking millions of people to the ideals of honesty, humility, and perseverance that Lincoln embodied. The coin's simplicity and familiarity made it one of the most recognizable objects in daily American life, a tiny token that carried great symbolic meaning. The legacy of the 1999 Lincoln cent endures in both numismatic and cultural memory. It represents the culmination of decades of artistry, from Brenner's original design to Gasparo's reinterpretation, and it serves as a tangible link across generations, from those who first used the wheat ears pennies of the early 20th century to those who would soon hold the new bicentennial reverses of 2009. It is a coin that tells the story of a nation's evolution, its struggles, triumphs, and unbreakable faith in liberty and equality. In essence, the 1999 1-cent United States of America is far more than a copper-plated disc of metal. It is a symbol of America's endurance, a miniature monument to one of its greatest leaders, and a piece of history that has passed through billions of hands, carrying with it silent stories of work, sacrifice, and hope. As the last Lincoln Memorial cent of the 20th century, it closes an era of American coinage with dignity, linking the past to the future in a circle of enduring legacy that continues to shine, however faintly, in the palm of every person who holds it. Please like and subscribe to my channel.